Test experiments here. So anyway, I wanted to set up overhead illumination for my microscope. So I found this flashlight which had a very good beam. The beam lens in the front of the flashlight actually concentrated light to a point at a couple of inches away. So I chose that flashlight. Then I found out that by hooking it up to the microscope, I could actually illuminate slides from the top. So I drilled a hole through the back of my microscope, solid aluminum. It took forever using a drill. I had to recharge the drill like 4 times. Then I tried to bang the flashlight head into the hole, and that didn't work out. It got stuck. So essentially now I have this flashlight piece. And then what I did is I took out the flashlight circuit board and I hooked it up to this battery pack, which I can turn on and off. And yeah, I used some tape to... Here we go. Essentially then, after I had the whole thing hooked together, I decided to use super glue and baking soda. The reason I used that instead of JB Weld is because it dries much faster, almost like 10 seconds. So I could get it perfectly aligned to here, and then it would dry immediately after I added the baking soda. And yeah, I taped this onto the old thing that I still can't get out of the microscope. And here we go, I've got an overhead illumination system for my microscope. Let's try it out. Application where overhead illumination microscopy comes in handy is metallurgical microscopy, where you look at a specimen that is not transparent, such as this quarter. So this quarter, you usually wouldn't be able to see it if I was using this light because it's blocking it. But with this overhead light, you can see the very fine details of copper and nickel oxides and hydroxides of rust on this quarter, which is pretty neat. And metallurgical microscopy has other applications in looking at very small pieces on circuit boards and such. Now the second application of overhead illumination microscopy is a different form of dark field other than this filter form. I'm going to check out this moss capsule. As you can see, this is a moss capsule at 64x and at 160x. Pretty cool too. Yeah. Check it out at 160x. It doesn't work at the higher magnifications because these things hang too low to the glass and kind of block it. But it does work. And it does allow for overhead illumination dark field microscopy. And you can actually combine this with the other light form on the microscope to create something even better, which I'm going. See, this is the Marx capsule, 64x, without the overhead illumination. But when I turn the overhead illumination on, look how much brighter it becomes, and more contrast too. So yeah, hope you enjoyed and see you in the next video. Oh, but first and foremost, I'm gonna try it with this dark field thingy. This is it at 160x mag with the dark field filter, Reinberg, and this thing on. So anyway, yeah, hope you enjoyed and see you in the next video. Right here I have this overhead illumination system for my microscope. It works pretty good, especially for seeing metal specimens such as this penny. However, I would like to improve it, and how I am going to do that is pretty simple. Remember that I obtained this from an old electronics screen. It's a polarization filter, and what I'm going to do is I am going to align it with the other polarization filters down here, up here, so that it turns the specimen black, and I'm going to super glue it on. See, I have found the right angle to adjust it to. I have super glued it on. So I hope you enjoyed, and see you in the next video. Actually, I'm going to show you some specimens first. Bamboo. I'm going to be with the polarization and this one on. So here is bamboo under the microscope with a double polarization up here and down here. Now, let's see it at 160x. This is a pretty neat cluster of bamboo cells right here. And finally, we're going to go up to 640x. At 640x, here it is. And I'm going to turn, this thing actually does have very minor modification. This thing does illuminate a little bit at 640x. However, once you crank it up to 1600x, you can't see anything. So anyway, hope you enjoyed, and see you in the next video. Oh, you can kind of see the outline. Here it is at 640x. Oh, I do mean 1600x, and it does illuminate a little bit at 1600x, but it really doesn't make much of a difference. So anyway, hope you enjoyed, and see you in the next video where I'm on the microscope further. Do turn on the microscope illumination. It does illuminate just a little bit more at 1600x, which just allows it to see a little bit clearer. So yeah, it does technically work at higher magnifications, just not without the other one on as well.